Welcome to yet another podcast of Leadership Story Unscripted. We are privileged to have with us today Agnostos Theos, the Chairman and Managing Director of the Sikh Chamber of Commerce. Theos has been instrumental in building this empire all by himself. He has made this primarily as a networking event, a networking forum rather, and it has been a wonderful journey so far. Today we'll go deeper into the story behind the man and the brand, the Sikh Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Theos.
Thank you so much,
and thank you so much for being part of this podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. Delighted.
Wonderful.
I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Great, wonderful. So Theos, the first question that I have for you is, how did it all start? Where did the idea germinate?
So they say that any venture, any business, or even a social enterprise that you start, it all must start from a pain point. And to me, the pain point was to see the business world inflicted with unethical business practices.
Okay.
And that was the germination. And I was on a sabbatical from my luxury footwear business.
Wonderful.
I took this sabbatical and went to the US, stayed in New York, got to spend a lot of time at the Gurudwara because I was on a sabbatical.
Right.
And during that time is when I came across certain incidents, certain events, certain organizations, which kind of made me take the decision that I didn't want to be a silent bystander anymore and see the ethics getting diluted.
Wonderful.
That was the beginning, and it was immediately on my return back to India.
Right.
I still very clearly remember it was October of 2013.
Wow.
I land on 9th of October. And on the 10th of October, I registered the domain and the story began.
Wonderful, wonderful. So never thought of going back to your luxury brand?
I've had my moments, no doubt about that, because it was first love.
Yes.
And I still sometimes feel that one day when the Sikh Chamber of Commerce has attained the
Level.
place where I want it to be, which is the foremost and the world's largest values and ethics driven business and social network, then indeed that day I will restart my first love and start designing shoes and hand producing shoes once again.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, Theos, tell me a little bit about the partnerships that you've had so far. I'm aware of Anziba because I've myself been part of one of the events, and it was great learning, great opportunities as well. Rakesh is one of the other, which is of course Anziba being Australia and New Zealand India Business Association, and Rakesh is something which gives you opportunities to go in the UAE and set up business and of course look at export opportunities. So great work there. Can you throw some more light on that?
So at Sikh Chamber of Commerce, we have basically 4 key things or deliverables. First one being commerce,
Okay.
connections,
Right.
community, and the fourth, the partnerships, is collaborations.
Wow.
So we've been very blessed and very focused on forging deep collaborations with organizations which become our partners for collective growth.
Wow.
You named Anziba, which was amongst one of our first. We've had country partners from the UK to Thailand and various other countries like the Emirates of Ras Al Khaimah, which hosted our members for an event here in Delhi itself.
Correct.
Besides this, we've had partners like Mercedes, the Taj Group, Audi, KTC Travels, EB5 US Visa Services. We've had W, the fashion apparel brand, as a partner. We've had the Le Meridian New Delhi as our supporting partner. And the list is quite frankly very long. We've had these associations from consultancy services provider like FTI Consulting as well.
Right.
And then there's this other side, which is the Enziba model. We've had numerous other business networks which have partnered, collaborated, and together we've done events and activities which benefit the members of both the organizations.
Right. Wonderful. So I am aware that Sikh Chamber of Commerce is not just for the Sikh community, but it is also extended to everyone else, primarily who's focused on ethics, values, business, service, and those are the core values, aren't they?
Absolutely.
So, if one has to join, what does one have to do?
It's a very simple process. You just need a recommendation of an existing member.
Okay.
And why that? Because you feel that if you're coming through a reference, half the work of a due diligence
Right.
is done.
Wonderful.
And we know that Manmeet would recommend like-minded people.
Correct.
We know that if there's a Harjeet or if there's a Harish or anyone, they would all bring in people who they themselves know connect to the ethos of the Sikh Chamber of Commerce, which is that business needs to be done on values.
Right.
Business needs to be done ethically and morally.
Wonderful.
And importantly, this is not just a business network.
Right.
Like I said, our mission is to create the world's largest values and ethics driven business and social network.
Absolutely.
So we are bringing people together
Right.
since 2013
Wonderful.
with the idea that once you incorporate the values and ethics in your work hours, it then trickles down into the rest of the hours of the day.
Right.
And so membership is open to all.
Right.
Sikhism being a completely secular way of life,
Right.
we are privileged and honored to have people from all religions
Wonderful.
and even atheists.
Oh, great.
And one would think that, oh, you may have people who are of Indian origin,
Right.
but no, that's also not the case.
Wonderful.
We have members who are not even of Indian origin
Great.
and are proud and contributing members from all around the world.
Wonderful. Great. So I'm aware of coffee lecha or cafe, coffee meetups that you have.
The Cafe
And
Kalash.
The Cafe Kalash, yeah. Sorry, forgot the name. And apart from that, we also have the networking dinners. There is something different that you do from maybe a BNI. So can you throw some more light on that? Specifically, how does the networking start in those events?
So, Manmeet, what we did was we ensured that whatever we did was original. It wasn't a copy-paste model
Right.
or a stolen model for that fact. And that's the reason why after a lot of intellectual capital going into even conceiving events, we came up with events like the coffee meetup, which then became the Cafe Kalach. Our business networking dinners were also started after a lot of thought going into that, yes, there are opportunities wherein there are conferences and we do seminars wherein we bring industry leaders to share their insights, share their knowledge, break down the budget, give an analysis, or speak about what's the impact of demonetization, so on and so forth. But then it was thought that we need to go beyond what is run-of-the-mill being done by various other organizations and networks. And that's where the thought of a BIND event came in. BIND is the acronym for Business Networking Dinner.
Wow.
And in BIND, the idea is again that how do you bind people with a glue that it translates into a relationship, into an association,
Wonderful.
which is lifelong.
Great.
So, one of our foremost family members, Gulraj Singh Shahpuri,
Right.
he started this concept that at BIND event, what we need to do is we need to give everybody an opportunity to properly introduce themselves, and rest everyone should be able to take a note of that.
Great.
And whoever is coming, everybody has the same 40-50 seconds or a minute to speak about themselves.
Great.
So that immediately you know what the other person does. And now you know who are the 7, 8, 10 people or 5 people that you need to connect with.
Wonderful.
So we started doing a measurement also,
Right.
that how many connections per person, per attendee were made in every single bind event.
Great.
We go to that extent, and you'd be surprised and happy to know that every single attendee, and our average is about 40 to 50 people attend.
Right.
Every single attendee goes back home with 7.5 new connections at every bind event.
Wow. That's wonderful.
So you multiply that by 50,
Yeah.
and in one event, we've created that many new connections.
Wonderful. So it is a pleasure speaking to you. One last question. What is the vision for Sikh Chamber of Commerce? And very quickly.
Like I said, our goal is that we want to be the world's largest values and ethics driven business and social network. We want to make this world also a better place by giving back to society. We are currently working on one of the world's largest plantations drive, which is to plant a tree for every human, because this planet needs healing. It needs to cool down, and we are, through our members spread across the world and through our partners and governments, we are engaging with them to create a greener, cooler planet. And in the end, we will deliver to the people prosperity as well, because this is also a job opportunity. It is also about social justice. It is also about elevating the life of people, removing poverty from their lives, and ensuring that everybody has food on their table and everybody can go to sleep with a roof on their head. And that's the reason why now in this new phase of building up TSCC, we are forging new partners. For example, one of them is the Food for Life Trust, which in itself is working on 8 UN SDGs of eliminating poverty, eliminating hunger,
Plastic waste management.
Exactly. One of my dream aspirations, in fact, couple of them, to eliminate cancer from the state of Punjab, and we did take an oath and pledge to do that. Anybody who wants to join us and lead that in different states, different countries, for the benefit of the people of Punjab and Haryana, where the water and the ground has become so poisonous that it's causing cancer. Along with that, elimination of plastic from the seas is another vision and dream which I have, which needs to be fulfilled, and I aim that we should be able to do that in 10 years collectively through the work that we're doing now.
Wonderful. We will certainly have more on that in the next episode. Thank you so much for joining us today, and wish you all the very best with the Sikh Chamber of Commerce. What would you say to a younger Theos, maybe 30 years back? Very quickly.
Firstly, thank you very much for having me on your podcast. And younger Theos, I would say start sooner and go faster, build more associations, and just have enjoy every moment of what's part of this journey, because the journey is more exciting than reaching the destination.
Absolutely. On that note, thank you so very much, and we look forward to our next partnership as well as the podcast. So wish you all the very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Manmeet, and best of luck for your podcast, and may it spread far and wide and reach the farthest corners of not just Earth, but the universe.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
Manmeet.
Cheers.
Thank you.
That's it from me. Goodbye and take care. Back to you in the next episode. Keep watching, like, share and subscribe, and do comment in case you want to have a new guest. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being there right up to the end. Take care. Goodbye.